This home sold for a record price at $8 million in the Manhattan Beach Hills section in a location that did not offer views. Incredible success for the developer in this project, number one. And number two, an extremely happy buyer who was able to find this home ultimately off market. So I just want to tell you how that happened. What is the process that happens? You know, these homes pop up throughout the Manhattan Beach marketplace. Where do they come from? I can take you back, 3 decades of working with developers. When I started in real estate, I immediately started working with developers. It was just something that was of interest. And nearly every home that was built between 1987, when I started, and 2011 were spec homes. These were spec builders that built homes. When they were finished, they put them up for sale, and then they sold. And today, you're seeing homes pop up that never hit the market. And why is that? Well, there's a big thing that's happening. Number one, homeowners are building their own homes, and so that's a lot of them. But when you take a proactive marketing approach while a home is under construction, you can source a buyer that might be the ideal buyer both for the seller and the developer, who often one and the same. And so that was our mission when we took this project on. The first part of the project was for this developer was find something to develop. Like, where's an old house? Where can I find a big lot? And this was a 9,000 square foot lot. Really difficult to find that large of a lot these days very easily, but we were able to source that lot for the developer and start the project. And what's important in the beginning of the project is really sitting down and collaborating with the entire build team, the developer, the architect, and the designer, to be able to create something that's going to appeal to today's buyers. Obviously, having been in the market for 35 years, 36 years now, understanding the needs of buyers is something that I've learned to do, to be able to identify what floor plans are important, how they lay out, right? Where are the bedrooms? Is there an office? How does it feel when you walk into the home? All these different things. So as we collaborate together from the beginning of the project, not after the project's done, this increases the chance for a higher sales price and a quicker sale. Too many architects or developers work together not taking into account what actually might work for buyers, and they're trying to be maybe overly creative and can really miss the point of what someone's gonna really like, or make it just too unique so it really limits the buyer pool down to a small group of people. We wanna widen the buyer pool when you're working in this niche of the business, which is effectively spec development. So that was the key in the beginning. Then, as the designer sets their mark on the project and creates what they think is going to be of appeal to the buyers, it's getting their vision onto paper so you can show buyers exactly what's going to look like. I'll point this out right here. The designer palette here is very specific. The actual lighting that's being used, the patterns of how the ceiling is going to look, the type of wood materials, all these things well thought out long in advance of before that project's completed. So these items can be showcased to buyers. Unfortunately, a lot of today's buyers just don't have the vision of what something might look like just by explaining it to them with words. You have to show them what it's going to look like actually on paper, just like that. So as much detail as possible, but then getting it into a format that the buyers can know and understand, meaning we're going to put it in a digital form so we can make it easily available to them, is what we did in this particular case. The other twist we took on this marketing campaign specific to this project was we launched the project early publicly just to make sure the word gets out long before the home was ever built. The power of that is just getting it out into syndication, getting it out into the entire marketplace, not just the South Bay, but anyone that has access to the internet, which is the world, of course, and getting the word out that this is a home that's going to be coming to market. But due to how the MLS count stays on market, we wanted to make sure that if we had to go back live again on the MLS, that it was off the MLS for at least a minimum 91 days. That allows us to come back live on the market, showing 0 days on market. Fortunately, in this case, that didn't come into play because we continued to search the marketplace off market for buyers that would be interested in seeing this home before it was completed. So that was exactly the case. We were able to source a buyer who was very excited about the house, its design that was going to be there, the yard size, and the placement of the pool and jacuzzi, which we worked on together to decide, Should it go in? Should we put a pool in? Where should it go? All those things we collaborated between myself and the builder and the designers, showcased to this potential off-market buyer. The purpose of this video, to give a case study of what it takes to maximize a sale price on a home. And I'm gonna tell you, with new construction, it is important to, one, make sure you understand as a developer what the marketplace is looking for. Collaborate with experts in that area, whether it's your designer, it's your architect, it's your real estate agent, and make sure you're hitting those points. Make sure there's a marketing campaign of some level happening throughout the project when the project is being built. Identifying a buyer early in the process can allow massive cost savings when it comes to a construction project because of the cost of interest to carry these loans. And so securing a buyer early so you can close escrow when you get the certificate of occupancy and cut those interest costs off immediately is also significant savings for a home developer. If you're looking for a building project, you're in the middle of a remodel project, you need some thoughts or advice, be sure to reach out to a professional that would be able to advise you early so they can put you in a position to increase your goals or increase your profit and decrease your expenses.